Mahadev. Moon Mars Rahu conjunction, which is one of the most powerful conjunctions in Vedic astrology. How does this create ultimate seize of the agitated mind? Let's figure it out in this video today. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe and watch till the end. Check out various planetary conjunction playlists in this channel. Rahu Mars creates Angarak Yog, which is a very powerful conjunction. Now when it is there with the moon, it not only agitates the mind, but it creates very powerful, strong individuals. Those who are not only angry and agitated, but they are very successful because they are very serious. Whenever they take up a task, they finish it and they are so determined that they become extremely successful. Because moon has the association of two very powerful planets. Angarak Yog is with the moon. But when these two planets are, malefic ones, negative ones, known to bring difficulties into a person's life, then obviously moon is bound to suffer various difficulties. So we will not only understand how to negate the difficulties, but also clearly understand what is happening so that you become absolutely aware of your own mind and never give in to the difficulties which it creates, and be strong, steady in your determination and finish whatever tasks that you have started. So please stick with me till the end and subscribe if you haven't already yet. You see, Mars and the Rahu, this Angarak Yog with the moon, they are very happy. Why? Because moon is wobbly, susceptible, vulnerable to the bigger planets who sits with the moon, and when they are malefic ones, then moon can do nothing but give in to the command of the bigger planets. And Rahu loves the moon because Rahu is nothing but the north node of the moon. It is a mathematical point right above the moon. Rahu works in mysterious way. He is a shadow planet. He makes the mind subconsciously, subliminally engaged in activities. He makes the moon do pravrittis, which is the act of engagement, act of doing something. Tells the moon, you must do something, you must accomplish the tasks, don't be idle, do something, think something, plan something, strategize something. That's what Rahu tells the moon. Okay, in a subliminal, subconscious way. What about the Mars? Mars does it in a very, very apparent way. Because Mars is the fighter. Mars is the neuromuscular moments in a human body. Okay, how we can move. Okay, the punch of a boxer, that is Mars, right? So the blood in our body, the bone marrow, that is Mars. So when Mars commands the moon, it happens in a much more physical manner. The moon is ready to take up an initiative and do it fast, engage fast, okay, do it fast and become very restless. The mind becomes very restless and can't do nothing but to start the initiative which the Mars is telling him it to do. Now imagine Mars and Rahu both are together now, working apparently and as well as subconsciously, subliminally, consciously and subconsciously, both of them pressurizing the moon, okay, controlling the mind, telling the mind to do something. To do what? Anything. Depends upon the person, right? Anything. Depends upon his age, his society, where he has grown up. But something he has to do, which the Mars and Rahu is telling the moon to do. So he can't do nothing but to think about that idea again and again. Obsessively, Rahu Moon is obsession. Obsessively is thinking about that idea. How can I start it? How can I do it? Okay. How can I, let's say somebody, a businessman, how can I take up the new deal? How can I make that new deal? Or a student, how do I prepare for the exam? Okay, I am not yet prepared completely. I have to read this subject, that subject. so many chapters are not yet finished, and he is obsessed about finishing them. That businessman is obsessed about making the deal. He can't do nothing but think about that all the time, okay, and plan how to take the action. This is the power and also the problem of this particular conjunction. And they are all together in one house, one sign. Wherever that house and the sign is, determines the intensity through that particular position, through that house. This person's consciousness is trying to flow and engage with this obsessive initiative of endeavors, which the Mars and the Rahu continuously telling the moon to do. Okay. Now you see, only when there is Rahu and moon, I am talking about only Rahu moon. Okay. If you have only two planets, then you can watch the two planet videos. I will tag them here, or you can go to my 2 planetary conjunction series section in the playlist section. But if you have these 3, then this is the video for you. So you see, when Rahu and moon is there, what happens? Rahu makes the mind feel insecure. As I said, the student is feeling insecure that my subjects, all the subjects I have not studied properly yet. I have to finish it. I have to finish. I am not prepared completely. So this kind of inferiority keeps on haunting the mind and makes the person go into a stage of insecurity. The person feels insecure and inferior, and he feels that I am lagging behind in comparison to others, and because of that it agitates the mind even more. Rahu agitates the mind, okay, and they become very reactive. The mind and the emotions become very reactive, because the mind is always trying to figure out how to finish the initiatives, how to finish the tasks, and at that same time, if the mind also keeps on telling him that whatever you are doing is not good enough, whatever you are doing is not complete enough, then it is obviously meant to be agitated, right? If somebody is singing a song very nicely, for example, somebody singing a classical bhajan or a classical song, some raga he has started, okay, raga bhairavi. After doing 3 minutes of alap, he has started raga bhairavi, very, very difficult. Now somebody keeps poking him, will he be able to sing raga bhairavi? No. Okay, forget raga bhairavi, other songs also they won't be able to sing. So similarly, the person is here already engaged. He is not sitting, he is already engaged. Whether the student is already studying, the businessman is already having so many other deals, or he is doing something, okay. On top of that, the mind is telling him continuously, constantly, that whatever you are doing is not good enough. You will do more and more. So this person becomes agitated and he becomes very disturbed within, very disturbed. On top of that, this Rahu moon, on top of that, Mars is also there. Mars is the quick moment, okay. Mars is the soldier who is there ready with wearing his armor, with his horse, okay, well fed horse, and he is waiting for the king's command. The moment king tells go haste, and he would go immediately. So this same Martian energy is also there, present in the same yoga, okay, in that conjunction, in the yuti. So he even feels more agitated and more restless. How do I finish this? A medical student, I have to study physiology, pharmacology. Oh my God, I have to do this. Exams are nearby, okay, and he is restless because one day he is going to become a surgeon and he is going to save lives. Mars makes surgeons, okay, or a businessman. He can become an entrepreneur, okay, and become an employer, not an employment seeker but an employment generator. All right. So these people are restless, they are feeling insecure, and inferior all the time. Time is flying by, that's what they think. This is what is happening all the time. Because of this Angarak Yog influencing the mind continuously. So what should be done? You have to understand this, that this is a fallacy, this is a maya, where your mind always tells that you are lagging behind and you compare yourself with others, or you constantly, instead of staying engaged in your own tasks, you keep on assessing it, keep on planning it, and that actually drains your mental energy, drains your mental vigor, because you are assessing it all the time. Is it enough? Am I doing it properly? I have to study this, is it good enough? Okay. So this particular act of assessing it or comparing it with others, or you emotionally reacting to it, or probably if somebody else is disturbing you at this particular time, then you becoming angry or getting into a argument or fight with them, that is even draining you more emotionally and mentally. So you have to be very, very cautious. If you have to be a very successful man in your life using this particular powerful conjunction, then you have to negate these problems, pointless arguments, getting triggered by other people, those who want to trigger you and disturb your mental sanity, because they have no idea how much engaged you are already in your own endeavors, in your own job, in your own tasks, and they want to come and tell you something and trigger and make you more disturbed and make you feel more inferior. Why would you allow that to be? Why would you allow that? Right? Because you know very well your own reality, what you are doing. So stop getting triggered by other people. Do not talk about your activities or discuss about your activities with other people, those who don't know your internal struggle. Secondly, never engage in arguments with anyone. That will trigger this conjunction, where you will become argumentative, very, very aggressive, and angry to react, verbally react, like that woman in the thumbnail, ready to fight, have a verbal battle. Don't do that. That will deviate your mind, drain your emotional energy, and not let you be engaged in that particular task which Rahu and Mars want you to do. In order to sing that Raga Bhairavi continuously, you cannot let anybody bring in any disturbance onto your already very, very efficiently active, engaged mind. Okay, you people are meant to accomplish tremendously big tasks. 3 planetary conjunctions are not a joke. 33.33% of planetary energy is flowing from one house and one particular sign. If you are in your early 30s or late 20s, by this time you probably have understood what is your purpose in life, what you must be doing in this life. So you already know that energy has already flown through that particular channel of that particular house, whether it is the first house or the 7th house or 8th house, whichever house it is, through a sign. Okay, so you can no longer let that activity go into jeopardy because of these malefic effects of this conjunction. You take the powerful effects of this conjunction and make it into a absolutely efficient one, and negate them, the malefic aspect of it smartly. Okay, and with age, automatically your mind, the moon, the consciousness and the other planets all will learn how to work in harmony, and they will work, not only these 3 planets, all the planets. I am talking about aspects and every other things, your entire life, your horoscope, the entire horoscope, all the divisional charts, they will slowly learn how to work in harmony, hand in hand, to help you win the battle of life. Okay, but if you get drained, if you get agitated and react, if you can't calm down that impulse of proving yourself right, or telling the other man or the woman that no, you cannot accuse me, you are wrong, then time will go away, and your efforts will work, but most of it will go in vain, right? So you can't let that happen, because you are extremely hard working and determined. Okay, so this is very, very powerful. Anger management, for anger management only, all these things. And also, when you become angry, do not rationalize that anger when at the time of anger. Okay, because when somebody becomes angry, their prefrontal cortex, the portion of the below the forehead, okay, which is our rational brain, from which we take logical decisions, that gets hijacked by these powerful emotions, and we do things which we regret, and we say things which we regret. So do not rationalize your anger when you become angry. Imagine you are not supposed to get into an argument with anyone. You have nobody to prove you have nothing to prove to anybody with your speech. You can do it only with your works, your actions. Actions speaks louder than words. Alright, you know that already. So you lovely souls, very, very serious people. I love serious people. Okay, we have so loose people nowadays, right? Nobody is serious, but you people are so serious. That is the good thing. The most, the biggest virtue of this particular conjunction, okay, the seriousness and the determination. So with that determination, please negate these difficulties with the steady focus, with your endeavors, with your goals, accomplish them, and everything will fall into picture as the time go by. So on that note, I hope you have benefited from this video. If you do, please give me a like below, subscribe, and if you want to consult, please go to my website astroraja8.com. I'll see you in the next one with another video. Har Har Mahadev.